Hello Flosstube, it's Sarah with Handmade by Sarah W. Welcome to my channel. This for me is Flosstube number 40. So I'm glad you're here spending a little time with me on this Sunday. If that's when you're watching, that's when it'll come out. I like to call it Sundays with Sarah. So I typically post videos every other Sunday. So I'm glad you're here. If you're new, welcome. If you see something that you like and you'd like to stick around and see future videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you come back. And if you are returning, thank you for coming back to spend some time with me. This is so fun to do. I love to connect with everyone through Flosstube and also Instagram. So I have a lot for you today. I've got new starts, I've got giveaways, I have giveaway winners from last time. I have some finishes, not fully finished, but some finishes, and some whips. So I've got all of it to show today. Most of it is Christmas. I think just about everything but maybe one thing is Christmas or wintry. And then, yeah, so we'll just get into it. So first off, I want to say that I had a great time at the Jingle Ball last weekend. And if you were there and I got to see you, that was so fun. I got to do some speed dating, which I love doing that. Every year I meet someone new that, you know, it just sticks with you. Like when you make that connection, I had a lot of fun doing that. And, you know, some people you meet and you even can extend it and like keep chatting with them. It's just so fun. I really love it. And so I got to do some of that, a little stitching room, or yeah, like the little rooms, watch some of the videos. I did shopping, of course, and I just had a good time. It was just a good time. So I love that every year. And, I got some stuff there that I'll be showing you today that I've started or finished. And so yeah, let's get into it. So I'll show you, the first thing I'll show you is something that I did get at the Jingle Ball. I saw a sneak peek of it before the Jingle Ball and I was like, oh my gosh, I will have to have that, definitely. So the Blue Flower put out this chart and it was the Jingle Ball exclusive for her and it's called the Merry Menagerie. So you see it's these 3 adorable separate charts. And the reason I had to buy it ASAP is because of the axolotl. And it's funny because I've realized that a lot of people don't even know like how to say that word or what it is. But it's one of my daughter's favorite animals. So much so that she has done like school projects on these animals. So I know a lot about them through that. So when I saw this, I thought I have to buy this ASAP. So here is my little stitch and I have also finished, I finished it. So I started it at the Jingle Ball. I love to buy a chart at the Jingle Ball and stitch it at the Jingle Ball. And so this was the one that I started. And I mean, it only took me a couple of days. I will say I did change one color. Okay, so this is charted in, it was DMC except for like maybe 2 colors. And then those, she gave you a DMC alternative. So I was like, I'm just going to use all DMC on this. But the only thing is, for like this darker color, she was using a DMC, the variegated one. I didn't have it. And so I thought, well, I'm going to try to replicate it. Meanwhile, or, substitute, do a little conversion. Well, meanwhile, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to need to, because I wanted to turn this into an ornament this year and gift it to her. So I thought, well, let me see if I can find some fabric. And I found some really cute fabric to put on the back of this. And I was looking at the fabric that I ordered versus the colors. And I had picked a color that seemed kind of close to the DMC that she called for, but it wasn't going to match the fabric that I picked. So I ripped that out and I said, no, let me try to match it more to the fabric. And so what I ended up using was 3777. And I think it looks really good together with like the color of the body. And it's just holding that little ornament and it's so cute. And I love it. And I'm going to make it into an ornament for her for this year. So that was my finish. Oh, and I did this on this was not the call for fabric, but I just picked Peaceful Purple. It's just this light purple, and I just thought it went like good. I don't know. I just thought I think that's gonna look good with this color. So that's what I picked, and I made really quick work of that. And I kept having to like hide it when she would come in here, and you know, I didn't want her to see it, so but I got it done. Okay, so next step, this was like an almost finish last time. But I was working on it with my friend Sarah. She is Stitchy Sarah Reads on Instagram, and then she's on here on Flosstube as Sarah Stitchery. We do videos together, so if you don't already watch her channel, you should check her out. But also check out the videos that we do together. They're really fun because we show all of the stitches that we have in common that we've worked on. We typically post those monthly, so we'll look back for the past month, like what did we work on that was the same, and we just kind of show our progress on that. So this was one of them, and it's Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. And here is my finish. And I did talk about a time before how I was using the called for colors, and one of the colors that I needed more of was Garden Gate. Now I don't think I had a brand new skein of that, okay? So I had it in my stash. So I was just kind of pulling from stash, and then that left me short. So I'm not sure if I would have used just one had it not been a skein that I had already used out of. You know what I mean? Like if it was brand new, I'm not sure if that's all I would have needed. I don't know, but I'm just saying, get to if you're gonna stitch it. You don't want to be like me and be running out of Garden Gate, and I did the same thing with the Onyx too. Like I used one, you know, not a brand new one, and so I had to order another one of those. But Garden Gate was hard for me to find, so just beware. You might want to just grab two just in case. But I did one strand, and this is on Seraphim Old Stationery, and I used an 18 count. And I love it so much. I think it's so cool. I want to find a really cool frame for it. I love it so much. Okay, and then I had one other finish. This was started last time because I remember showing it last time. And I stitched this with my friend Lori. She's the Grateful Needle on Instagram. She doesn't have a Flosstube though, but she's an awesome stitcher. And so this is called Pepperberries and Pine, Winterberry and Pine. I'm not really sure. I think the chart has been updated to show Winterberries and Pine. So anyway, this is my little finish. I just love it so much. There was some over one in this, but I didn't do anything over one. This is on a 20 count, and the color is called Hazelwood by Fiber on a Whim. And so 20 count, like that's kind of hard to do over one on Ada, you know. And I don't mean over one. Maybe I should say like petite stitches, because everything is over one on Ada, you know. But if you were stitching on this on linen, you would go over two, and so over one would be like a little petite stitch. So I didn't do any of those. I did everything. The only thing I really had to kind of change is just like this little curly thing here, but it really wasn't a big deal. Like some of the stems were in over one, but I just did them regular. So I love it so much. I think it's so beautiful. And I think the white really shows up. I just love it so much. Okay, so that's it for finishes. So let's talk about new starts. Oh my gosh, I have several to show. Okay, on this same piece of fabric, this is a big piece of fabric that I have not cut, and I have I have 4 stitches on it, and there's still room for more. So literally I'm going to be showing you everything that's on this piece of fabric. So this 20 count Hazelwood, you're going to see it a couple of times. So funny. So last year at the Jingle Ball, I had gotten a chart, and it's by Heartstring Samplery. It's called Go Tell It on the Mountain. And I'm not sure if I mentioned that my friend Jacinta and she has a channel on here called Crafting on the Plains. She's also under the same name on Instagram. We did like a Stitchy friend Zoom together, and we had gotten talking about charts and everything, and we realized that we both had bought this last year and never stitched it yet. So she asked me if I wanted to get it started with her, and so I did. And this is my little start, and it's on this same fabric that the last one was on, the Hazelwood 20 count, 1 strand. And so far, I don't have that much done, but I do plan to get more. And sometimes for me, it's like, if I can just get a start on something, then it's easy to pick up. Starting takes me a little more time. So a lot of times I want to start things, but I reach for things that are already started just because I don't have to think about like, okay, where am I going to start or any of that. So yeah, I'm just kind of going to pull colors from stash on this as I go, I think. And, it's just so cute. I just love it. I was so drawn to it last year and just had not made the time to stitch it. And a couple of friends of mine were at a needle workshop, and they saw the model of it, and they were just blown away. It was so beautiful. And I was like, I got that chart, you know? And so they're about to start it too. So there'll be a group of us if you want to join in. Okay, so let's see. All right, next I started, and this is by Brenda Gervais also. And this is called Peace and Goodwill. Same piece of fabric. Oh, this is such a cutie. I love this one. And it's just not that big, especially on 20 count. See, it's not here. Let me pull this over just a smidge. Okay. All right. So here it is. So far, I have used called for colors, I believe. This isn't what, like, so many times I just pull colors as I go, and so I don't really know until the end exactly what colors I'm gonna use. You know, so far I've used called for, I'll say that. And if I change, I'll let you know next time or whenever I get it finished. But yeah, I love it. It's such a cute one. And so same fabric, you know, of course, 20 count Hazelwood. Okay. And next, oh, this is another one that I got. The next two are going to be Jingle Ball purchases. Okay, so I bought this Stacy Nash. This was the Jingle Ball exclusive for her, and it is called Winter Woodland Pin Keep. And I started this at the Jingle Ball too. And this is how far I've gotten. It's a small start, but I got all the way across the top. So once it is finished into a drum, you know, it'll be that big. But, so yeah, I got all the way across the top, and let's see, what am I doing for floss? I think I'm doing a DMC conversion, I think. Like I said, I haven't pulled all the floss, but this was a DMC, I think, that I pulled for this top border. This fabric is called, oh, it's Picture This Plus 18 count Mirage. I just had it in my stash and I just pulled it and got started. So I love it. I love that fabric color. And I had been wanting to start something on it and I hadn't yet. So I was glad that I got a chance to do that. Okay, so this was another Jingle Ball purchase. Couldn't wait to get this. I was so excited to see this. So this is the Christmas Folk by Hands On Design. So this is my little start. I haven't finished that top band yet, but I'm close. I only have like one more color or two, I think. It's so pretty. And I'm doing this on Cream and Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And, you know, using all the called for DMC colors. So something I found interesting, all the other folks, like the Seasons, she used the same fabric. And then on this one, she used a different fabric, which I had in my stash, but I didn't have 16 count. And I wanted it on a 16 count so that it would fit on my board perfectly. So I went with the Cream and Sugar. And I could not be more happy with how the red is popping on that. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm very happy with my color selection. I know a lot of people I know bought this and told me that they got it. But a friend, Megan, and I started it this couple days ago together. So I was glad that she wanted to get that going with me because I was ready. I couldn't wait. Even though my winter folk is not done. And I'll show you that in a minute. But, you know, that's okay. I can have two folks going at the same time. I'm curious what the future holds. Like, is this the end of the folks? Because I thought winter was the end. And then she, you know, comes out with this Christmas for the Jingle Ball. And I'm like, oh, what's next? Are we going to see, like, other things come out with it? I don't know. But I do know that I love the fact that I have that board that I can mount it onto. And I can just swap it out. It's super easy. Okay. And then I have only one more. Yes, one more new start. Okay, this is so cute. This is a chart that came out. Okay, so Amanda from Starlight Stitching Co. I'm sure you know who this is. So I've known her like for years now, and I just adore her. I think she's really, really nice, but she's super talented. She is so good at sewing. If you've ever bought a product of hers, you will know when you get it, it's like, she's just so good. You can see her on Instagram. A lot of times she posts, and I love when she does this, she'll post like a sped up video of her sewing. Oh my gosh, it's so like relaxing to watch that. She's just such a professional at it. So anyway, she makes bags and different, she makes, I don't have one right over here to show you, but it's, gosh, I can't think of the name of what she calls it, but it's like it's a really unique design where it's like a floss keeper and it has zippers. Anyway, they're very, very handy to keep like your notions and things in. And, I've even put like a small little project in one before. She has patterns that you can buy and make, but you can also buy her products. Anyway, I love her, and we have stitched a lot of the same things together over the years. We have very, very similar taste. And she came out with a new chart, and it's called Whimsy Christmas Biscornu. And if you know me, you know I love a biscornu. It's like, I love stitching them, and I love stitching them together. It's so fun to me. So she just came out with this chart, and we were talking about it, and like I was dying for it. Like I was going to have it ASAP, and she gifted me one and I started stitching it already, but she also so generously wants to do a giveaway on my channel for 2 people to win this same biscornu chart. So yay, thank you, Amanda, and everybody go check her out if you don't follow her already. But if you would like to win this biscornu and stitch along with me, just put in the chat or in the comments below, not the chat, go ahead and use the word Christmas, and then I'll know that you'd like to be entered to win one of the 2 charts that Amanda is giving away for us. And so it'll be a PDF, so, you know, it's open to anybody. Just please don't use like the words like win or giveaway or anything like that in your comment. And yeah, so I'll just need your email address if you win. So it doesn't matter where you live if you want to enter. And so here is my little start. I shouldn't say little because, I mean, I got all the way around on both of them. So here's my start, and I'm using all the called for DMC, but not the fabric. I just wanted to get this started ASAP and pull from stash, and so I'm using a Fiber on a Whim Silver Fox 18 count. It's so cute. The colors just had me. I love the colors. So here's my little start. And I can't wait to keep working on this. I love it. Thank you, Amanda. Okay, so that's it for new starts. But let's talk about, I've got a couple whips. Let's talk about those. Actually, before we go into whips, let's talk about last week. I had another giveaway. So let's talk about the winners for that. So December Stitches was so generous and wanted to do a giveaway for us for 4 different charts. So I'm going to show you the chart and tell you who won it, okay? So the winner of the Otter Elf, so cute, is Pat Quilt B77. All right, the next one was Holly Jolly. And the winner of that is Jilly Bean L66. And then we have Red Bauble Cat. And the winner of that is Richard Allen 1391. And then last but not least, the Magenta Nutcracker. And this one, isn't it cool how it has like the front and the back? I love that. But this one, the winner of that is Melissa Early 7302. So congratulations everybody on the winners, and please, you can see my information down below how to contact me. You can either email me or message me on Instagram. I'll need your email address and I'll get that over to December Stitches, let them know which one you won, and they will get that sent to you. So thank you everyone who played along with that giveaway. And let's get into the whips, and I have another giveaway. Isn't this fun? I love it. It's like my favorite thing when someone says, would you like a giveaway for your channel? Yes, please. It is, I love it. I love that it makes you happy. Like I wanted, you know, as much of that happiness I can spread. And I'm so thankful for the designers and the people that do contribute to that for my channel. So thank you so much. And, okay, so let's talk about, I only have 2 other things to show. And one of them, oh goodness, here is, I hope I have, okay, well, I have to see where one of, oh, it's right here. It's right beside me. Sorry. Okay. This was another Jingle Ball situation, and I didn't get it finished, and that's okay. I'm not at all stressed about that, but this was the Stacy Nash class, and it was the gingerbread house. And I'll show you where I am on mine. So here I am. This is that same fabric that has all those different charts on it. And I'm actually using DMC on mine. So this again is that 20 count Hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim. And I love it. I did start a little bit with the white over here. There, you can kind of see the line. It's kind of hard to see in this with this light, but you can see it a lot better in person. But I didn't want to go with like a bright white on it because I just didn't think it went with the colors. So I think it looks great and I love it. And then one last whip to show you, and this is a stitch along that I'm hosting with my friend Sarah, and it is the Hands-On Design Winter Folk, and our hashtag is HOD Winter Folk Sal. Oh my gosh, I'm so close to a finish on this. Look at that. It's so good. So I only have 2 bands left at the bottom and then I'm done. I can't believe it. I love it. So you can kind of see, let's hold it up next to the Christmas one. So see, my fabric's a lot lighter on that Christmas one, but I kind of like that it's different since like all my seasons I did on the same fabric, Earth In by Picture This Plus, and then this one, because it's a different, you know, it's the Christmas one. It's a little different, but still the same. So I love it, and I'm having so much fun with these. I was so excited when she put out that Christmas one because I didn't want these to end. They are so fun to stitch. A lot of people have joined in with us on this stitch along, and it's been so fun for us. And I know for Kathy too, to see everybody that's stitching on it. Sarah and I have loved seeing everything, sharing them on our stories. My apologies if I have not liked or shared or commented. It's because I didn't see it. So if I see it, I definitely have liked it. Make sure to tag us. But I'm trying really hard to keep up with all of them. And, you know, I love it. I love to see it. I love to post it. And I've been loving stitching on it. So that is all I have for my stitching to show you. But I do have another special giveaway. So I wanted to tell you about an experience that I had at the Jingle Ball. It was so fun. So I ended up in a room, well, this was the speed dating. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, speed dating at the Jingle Ball, it started last year. And I just tried it, and it ended up being my most favorite part of the Jingle Ball. I don't think it's a thing for everybody, but I think if you know, are into it, it can be really fun. I think I can understand why it would like make a lot of people nervous just because you're about to go and talk to somebody you don't even know who they are. But the good thing is every single person that's at the Jingle Ball has at least one thing in common, and it's their love of cross stitch. So if nothing else, you can just go in there and be like, so what are you stitching? You know? But I loved meeting people. And so anyway, I get into the speed dating and I end up meeting the sweetest mom and daughter, April and Haley. Adorable. And they have Crafty Bluebonnet Designs is their company. And so they design charts. And I think when I first saw their designs, I was at an LNS and I saw their charts for the first time there, and I thought they were so cute. Well, I've since, you know, been seeing them on Instagram, and I follow them on Instagram and everything, and they have some really sweet charts. They have this one that I really love. It's got some cardinals. Anyway, and they have this whole line of like a spool, and then they kind of change it up for the season or whatever. Very, very cute. So you should check them out, but they're just precious. And they offered to give away 3 of their charts on my channel. And I think that is so sweet and generous. Thank you so much. And so what we'll do, there'll be a PDF. So if you want to enter, use the word crafty in your comment, then I'll know that you want to be entered for one of the 3 charts from Crafty Bluebonnet Designs. Before, you know, when I announce the winners, go ahead and look and pick one out. And when I announce the winners, then you'll email me or message me on Instagram. You'll let me know which one it is. So with this one, you get to pick which one. And yeah, they have some really cute ones. So I think that's all I have for you today. I don't think I'm going to see you until after Christmas, right? Let's see. Let me look at my calendar here. So today is the 15th. Yeah, I won't be back until like between Christmas and New Year's. Oh my gosh, there's only one more weekend before Christmas. Whew. Well, sorry if that stressed you out, but that's crazy. This year has really flown by. Oh, I wanted to give a little update about my ankle. Okay, so last time I mentioned I was going to have another procedure around Christmas. Well, it was supposed to be like a go to sleep surgery, kind of a small thing, but my surgeon thinks that what he's probably going to do is just do it in his office. And so, what it is I have a big old screw that needs to come out. So I have a plate and then a bunch of small screws, like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 8. And then I have one long screw, and that will eventually snap if it doesn't come out. So he's going to have to take that out. So apparently it's okay to be awake and he can do it. But of course I'll be numb. So I'm going to get that done soon. And, I started physical therapy. So I do have a long road ahead of me before I can actually walk, but we are starting let's start to strengthen and, do what we need to do to get to the point where I could like stand up, So anyway, I understand it's a long road and I get it, and I'm not trying to rush it. Like, I want it to be healed properly. Yeah, she was telling me that it's good to start doing this stuff for the healing, but it also can be detrimental too, like if you do too much. And so pain is really our driver, and will kind of let us know how far we can go each time. But I've never done physical therapy before, and so I did not know what all went into this. It's blowing my mind. But like, I didn't even realize, like, when I first, oh, you know what? Let me back up and say this. If you're new here, you're probably like, what are you talking about? Quickly, I broke my ankle. Not only did I break my ankle, but I also like dislocated it, and I really messed up all the tendons and everything. So like, my surgeon keeps saying, you didn't just break your ankle. Like, this is a major deal that happened to you. Like, this isn't, so if I had just broken my ankle, as he says, I would probably be way further along in the healing process than I am. But I really messed myself up, like, pretty bad. And it was just this weird accident. Like, I just slipped in some mud, and it's weird. It's so weird how in the blink of an eye, like, everything changed. So, I mean, I fell on a Friday. I got a cast that night at the emergency room. It was so bad off that they ended up having to do it twice, because they said it gave me a cast. By the time they did that, it was already back out. Like, it was so bad. And they had to take the cast off and do it all again. So then by the next Friday, I was in surgery for it. And it's been a big deal. So I've been non-weight bearing since September when it happened. So, anyway, just wanted to give an update. All good news on that. Like, I'm healing good. I'm a really good girl at physical therapy. Like, she's super impressed with, how I'm doing. And so, I'm a star student, I guess. But, I'm just using this time to do a lot of stitching. So it's been fun in that way, but in other ways it's been hard. But thank you for everyone who has asked me, what's going on with that. And I've heard just so many people's stories of what's happened to them. And it's just like, you just never know when something like this could happen. I've never broken a bone in my life. Like, all through being a kid, I never had a cast or anything. So this blew my mind. In fact, the night that it happened, I was in the emergency room, all night long. And I just kept, over and over, I just kept saying, I can't believe this is happening to me. I can't believe. And I found myself saying it at physical therapy the other day. I was like, I cannot believe this is happening to me. Like, you go all your life and you walk and never think anything of it. And now I'm like looking at the other people, like especially on TV, and if they're like jumping around or something, I'm thinking that's so dangerous. Like you could just break your ankle. So hopefully I'm not like too scared, but my surgeon says, you know, I think a little fear is important here. Like you really messed yourself up. So anyway, thank you for listening to all that, and thanks for hanging out with me and looking at my cross stitch. And yeah, leave me some comments if you'd like to be entered for the prizes for the charts. Just let me know, and I'll be letting you know next time who wins. So until then, happy stitching and Merry Christmas. Bye.